Good evening, YouTube. It is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Happy Sunday to you. We're coming to an end. Get ready to hit the next work week. So, hope everybody's ready to go. Stream running a little late, but no worries. Don't fret. I'm still on the job. I'm always gonna get to you. I'm coming, but um, it seems everything is finally picking up steam. I put a couple streams out there. I done something on TikTok. Hopefully, y'all went and checked it out. The terms and conditions for the black vote and the traditional American vote. So I hope y'all go check that out. Share that. Let it spread like wildfire. Um, I'm gonna do another stream. I'm gonna hit this political thing real hard. Uh, it's all related, whether you want to believe it or not. It's all related. There are certain devices they put in place, and each device, even though it has its own purpose and it shows like a different type kind of effect, the disruption that each and every one of them do leads to an ultimate goal. So they send out these divide and conquer mechanisms that they ultimately all basically um, still share a common agenda of disruption in certain areas that link to each other that overall determines the well-being of a group or a demographic. That's how that works. So when you focus on, say for instance, let's just talk racism, right? We know racism exists. We know it used to be bad at one particular time. We know it hasn't went anywhere, and it still shows itself. It's also as well as hidden, strategically hidden and acted out in other ways. It can be acted out legally based upon the intent because you can never determine the intent of somebody when they're in a certain position in authority. Um, they can easily use that position and just say that they're doing their job. So, you know, we know the dangers of that, but also it can be a distraction because sometimes, in a lot of well, actually in a lot of cases these days, things are about money. Things are about class based on wealth, right? So a lot of your systematic discrimination and misconduct is based around that versus just straight up racism. Because at this particular point, it's all about the money. Um, Following the money has always been the key. I didn't understand politics like I did until about, I would say, 2015. I was forced basically because I had never seen the situation between Trump and Hillary. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was woken up by what happened to Bernie Sanders, how the Democratic Party showed signs of it being a two-headed monster or just two-sided, right? So the foolishness that you see today, um, going back to the 2020 election, uh, I mean everything that they're doing now, the open borders, the high taxation, the inflation. Um, when the Democratic nomination was hijacked from Bernie Sanders by Hillary Clinton, that's when I started paying attention. And I wasn't ready for Trump at the time. Definitely was not ready for the Republican Party in no shape, form, or fashion. Being historically Democratic and black myself, but what happened to Bernie Sanders between him and Hillary woke me up. I said something's going on. So I never liked Hillary anyway. Um, it's weird. Like Bill's likable. Bill Clinton's likable. Hillary Clinton is not likable. and she reeks of evil, and you can see it on her. Bill, for some reason, he was able to mask himself a little bit better. But Hillary, she just don't have it, right? But you have to look at all that stuff. And that stuff woke me up, and I started being a little bit more intense. I started really paying attention to policies, um, looking at candidates. I used to didn't think nothing of it. Democrat, boom, check it off. That's it. So ever since then, like I do research, my research got more intense, and I pay more attention. I look at these Senate hearings now. Um, so you got to do that. But I say all of to say this, right? The black community, and especially the conscious community, um, following the money is all you have to do. And then, it'll come easy after that. Sitting on the couch, setting this out. I'm doing a stream on that. There is no sitting on the couch. There is no setting it out. There is no such thing as no participation. That's stupid. For one, clear concept of following the money. If you go to work in this country, if you run a business, if you generate any kind of income, you pay taxes. Your tax dollars are gonna go to the government. It's gonna go to the different departments within the government. It's gonna be issued out. Um, People who get in office, whichever party they represent, whichever department they go into, whichever um, branch of the government they go into, they're going to either already be granted, asked for, or be in control of certain funds and budgets. And then they can also, we see that they can also request more money. It's not all about having a voting bloc that, has financial influence privately um, to fund campaigns. You know, your tax dollars get sent to other countries for foreign aid. They get to bail out places like Ukraine. It's always been going to Israel. So sitting on the couch is not going to help you. And then for the conscious community, who's always just talking about get this information, talking about history, where you come from, and stuff like that, they don't really dive into the political process and coming up with um, uh, strategies as well as educating you on the political process because they want to separate it, not talk about that, and not get you in tune with why your vote really matters. You're in America. You're gonna be in America. You're gonna reside in America and adhere to how America works. You have to participate in the process, and you always talk about representation, people that look like you, um, what the system has done historically to us and stuff like that. But yet you won't put people in place in the system uh, that holds your interest, and you definitely don't want to put demands on them. You know, you've been voting openly and freely, just giving it away, and you wonder why you haven't got reparations. See, black people have been cowards and they have been passive aggressive and they have been easily just worked up based on feeling and emotion versus being conscious and really aware of what the conscious community claims to be. We're conscious. No, you're not. Because y'all been around all this time. Y'all know better than these churches. Y'all been doing something very similar to what churches do, but you haven't been really dealing with what we have to do. And you haven't come up with nothing. So I'm here to send a message to Donald Trump and pretty much any candidate, right? Like, but specifically Donald Trump, because we don't like Bernie. I mean, well, excuse me, I'm getting tangled up. We don't like the Democratic Party. Um, I got Bernie Sanders on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Um, Definitely one of the lesser evils in the Democratic Party. But we don't like Biden. We done with Biden. We done with Biden, Kamala. We done with the left. We done with the deep state. We done with them, right? So this stream is for Donald Trump, and this stream is for Black people. This stream is for I'm calling out the conscious community. Um, I'm definitely calling on Ice Cube to present the contract for Black America again to the Republican Party or Independent Party, and definitely take it, put it back before Donald Trump, get him um, very acclimated to what's about to go wrong, because it's already brewing. Y'all seeing it. We are not voting for the Democratic Party. That's out. You know, we consider the independents, but I'm telling people sitting on the couch it isn't gonna work. You can't sit on the couch. It's not gonna work. And we need Dr. Umar. He's the one who always talks all this stuff about what blacks need, what we need to do, what's going on. But he does not participate in the political process. He does not emphasize it. He does not educate on it. And we can't continue to have people speak on behalf of the black community to claim they represent it, but we're still subject to these processes. And if you don't participate in them, we will never get anything within them. See, the thing about the political process, everybody wants to talk about when our people march and our people fought for civil rights. That's part of the process. And we got these voting rights, that's part of the process. They participated. You got to do the same thing. So we're at a point now where we have to take these votes and we have to tell people you're not getting these votes unless you meet these demands, right? And Dr. Umar needs to lead a new political movement where we're wagering the vote. He needs to do that. He needs to get with Ice Cube, and y'all need to go between the Independent Party and the Republican Party, right? And if you look up Zulu Gullah on TikTok, you can go and see where I put, a rough draft of the demands for your vote. I also included white people. I also included uh, traditional Americans, where it included white people as well, that they're owed reparations too based upon what's going on and what's happened. And when you present that, you got to think outside the box. I think black people and white people, traditional Americans, are kind of past, the dumb shit that's been going on between us, and we're dealing with a whole new threat. If it's not understandable by now that you're dealing with a whole kind of new threat, both white and black, something's wrong with you. You know, something's wrong with you. But Donald Trump wants this presidential immunity because of what the deep state is doing. They're abusing the process. They're trying to disrupt him any way they can from running for office. Stuff like what y'all seeing now has never happened in the history of campaigns. So it is a tactic. It is a strategic tactic to be in control of certain systems and use it against somebody to have them hindered from another process, you know, that will give one or the other power. This is what they're doing right now. You never seen this before. And it's dangerous. And if they'll do stuff like that, they'll break all the rules and abuse authority in any chance, any form of fashion way they can get. And you do not want people like that in office. There is no discretion, right? So I'm telling all black people, there is no sitting on the couch. From now on, you need to get with your political leaders in your local areas and let them know that there will be demands for this black vote. And I'm urging Ice Cube to revisit the contract for Black America and present it again to the Trump administration or the independents. The Democrats are out. Do not go to the Democrats. They're done. The Democrats don't get no votes. They don't get no votes. And if you have people in your family, in your community that can't see the light of day of what's going on, then you just got to go against them. You go vote based upon what you know is right. And Umar, you need to rally up right now, go crazy on all your platforms and say, hey, look, we're doing something different this year, people. My brothers and sisters, we are wagering the vote. There is no more free vote, open voting. You're going to have to meet these demands and get with Ice Cube, make some demands yourself. Check out my TikTok, some demands on there. I'm getting ready to supplement them this week. And we're telling you, Uncle Trump, we call him Uncle Trump right now. Uncle Trump, you want that presidential immunity? We're going to send you some terms and conditions, some promises and things in writing that need to be done for the black community. And then we'll flood you with the votes, baby. So y'all get with Uncle Trump, man. We about to go in. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a little bit. But it's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll holler at y'all pretty soon.